Hello, everybody. Whispers from the Void here, back after a long break. I'm Evan.
And I'm Phil, Davides for the Intimates. Thanks for tuning in, folks. I'm happy that I didn't forget it.
We're gonna be changing up the way we do episodes going forward. With our increasingly busier schedules and all of our time getting consumed, we are going to be recording shorter episodes, still at 2 weeks, and I mean they'll just pop out as things happen. And the only caveat is going to be if we are able to get guests, we'll have to work more around their schedule. So you might see a couple episodes that pop up out of the rotation. But that's just as people get available. So there's a little bit of a list. But I mean, we're not really pushing for it. We're so busy right now.
Yeah.
Phil's got news. Unless you follow him on social media, you already know. But, he's got another band.
Another band. Well, technically, I have now, 1, 2, 3. Well, 3 bands plus this one, which is called Relics of Animism. If you don't know what animism is the oldest religion. And it's the relics of it. I don't know what is that name anyway. It's not me. It's me and my friend Matt.
Do not get it confused with autism.
Yeah, exactly. Relics of Autism. I love that name. I'll keep it for a side project. Anyway, Relics of Animism, me and my friend Matt Allard, we are doing this project. I'm doing all the songs, and he's doing all the gurgly vocals that you heard on this teaser that we released recently. If you haven't, go check it out. Go check our page. And yeah, no shameless promotion. I don't care. Yeah. It's my podcast. I do whatever I want.
So, Phil, as we were talking about earlier, discuss with me and the viewers here what's going on with Obscura.
Yeah, before that, we need beer. You already have yours. I have mine.
Dance it. That's what I got tonight.
That is great.
I got some Greylock downstairs, but I don't feel like breaking that out right now. That dick kicker status, that fucking beer.
If I kick a big boy out later, will you kick a Greylock with me? Oh, fuck.
No.
Okay,
dude, I am so like, it's so funny. Like I really stopped drinking like the really high percentagers, at least all of the time. I still drink them, but I have to drink them first.
Oh, shit.
I remember like when we first met, I would drink 8% was my lowest. 8% was my low. I would drink those like water like all the time.
I remember.
And then, I would drink 8 to 12 was like right where I sat. And I just fucking it's getting too expensive. On top of everything else. But 2, I don't know, I feel like I've kind of had them all. Don't you feel that way? Like at some point you kind of feel like like nothing really shocks me anymore. But when they do, it's great. It's just it doesn't really happen.
Yeah, but let's be fair. In the States, you don't have like a limit for the alcohol, technically for beer. Like here, for example, in Quebec, we have a limit of 11.9%. If you go on 12, you're somewhat illegal. But a lot of breweries are going like 12 and 13 and are saying, oh, it's 11.9%. Mostly for stouts and like Russian Imperial stouts and barrel age and whatever. Yeah. So, yeah. But yeah, this one is not a high percentage beer. It's, what is the style? I don't remember the style. It's a Schwarzbier. Schwarzbier called, I don't know if my German is great. I don't think so. It's In Die Dunkelheit. Honestly, correct me in the comments if you know German. I don't know my German. I
There's
would
James
love to
when
go
you
to
need him.
Germany. Yeah, James, I will send you this and just tell me or not. I would just like make a fool of myself like always. I don't care.
Not
Anyway,
as big as fool as what's going on with Obscura though.
yeah. So before that, this is Messorem and Mutoide. That's all I have to say. Obscura shit now. While I pour this bad boy in, Obscura,
Get
you
me up
know
to speed.
them. You know them. It's progressive technical death metal from Germany. Speaking of Germany, and the main member of the band is Stefan Kummer. And this guy was known before as the guy who steal riffs from his older member. Well, right now he's known as that. Even before it was known a little bit like that. So basically what's happening right now is that the band have a new album called A Sonication. And the first or second release, the second single of the album, well, there's the bassist, Alex Weber, who is now in revocation, and who is in another band. He is in the band Exist. And he was playing with Obscura for a little bit of time. And the problem is like, when the single was out, Alex did a big video about it. He was like, dude, Stefan stole my riff. He stole my fucking riff. The bass riff at the beginning of the song, stolen from Alex Weber. And he got proof of that because he put a Guitar Pro of one of the songs that he showed Stefan. And he showed the bass. And note for note, that's the same bass line. Same bass riff. And we could think with that, oh yeah, but maybe it's just like, he was just inspired. No, it's note for note. And the second thing, Christian Munzner, which was also the guitarist of Obscura, well, he got riffs from his solo project that got stolen from Stefan. By Stefan, I mean. So, technically, like he said, like Christian said in a big post also, oh yeah, I got riffs that I can't use anymore for my solo project because it got stolen by Stefan. And like on that one, I don't know what riffs he stole. I don't know what are like, if he got proof of that or whatever. He just said so. And the thing is like on both posts, they said, yeah, if Stefan and Nuclear Blast Record release this, they would be in deep shit legally and whatever. And they still released the fucking album. The album was released this Friday.
Well, they must not be in that much of a legal trouble if they're...
So, I don't know. That's the thing. Like, so, I saw proof.
Yeah.
We all saw proof, but that's weird. I don't know where to position myself. I would position more on the Weber and Munzner side for the simple reason that as a musician, getting my riff stolen by someone would be shitty, and I don't know what to think about this, to be fair.
I guess so you're saying before, like, he's done it in the past, huh?
Yeah, he did it in the past with the album Acroasis, because the guitarist at the time, Tom, I don't know what his last name, I would put it like over there. This guy just was in the band for one album and quit before the release of the album. And he said, of what I heard, he said to Stefan, don't use the riffs that I wrote for you, or don't use this, don't use that, and he still used it.
So what's interesting, what makes this whole thing interesting in my eyes is it kind of brings up, this is the problem, I guess, with like having all the collaboration that comes with being a band and producers and the different people and stuff like that. It's also the problem with just being an artist, right?
Yeah.
As an artist, you hold all these things as your intellectual property, right?
Exactly.
But the laws around your intellectual property are pretty fucking vague.
Yeah, it's vague,
So-
but there's another thing I haven't said. Technically, and that's the thing. It's vague because like they said something about Stefan and the legal team behind Obscura made Munzner and Weber and other member of the band when they quit. They made they signed a paper about all your riffs that you contributed won't be used on the album. On paper with signature of what they said, because we don't have proof of that. That's the problem. So why the album is out if there was paper?
Why wouldn't they have a copy?
Exactly.
Weber and Munz, why wouldn't they have a copy of that paper? Because technically speaking, as a legal binding, if it's a legal binding, some sort of agreement, then each party gets some sort of copy.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, so as much as I want to fucking jump on the train, at the same time, you got to ask yourself, like, it really puts into question, like, word, like, conversations and stuff like that, and ideas and riffs and things, like, at what point do they become an idea put into action? Like, at what point is that property now out in the world, as opposed to, like, it's your thing? And I have tremendous respect for the artists and stuff. Like, I feel terrible for those guys, because obviously, but as you said, Nuclear Blast, and they released it, so you have to imagine that their legal teams, being as fucking big as they are, were probably like, they have no, like, they can't do anything.
Yeah.
Which now what this does is, if you think about it, is it sets a precedent of, is your idea, like, how protected are your ideas and your intellectual property as just a person? Or is it like stuff, like, how do they legalize, like, how do they come up with that stuff legally? Like, is it because you were in the band, your idea, like, you're no longer like a separate person, it's like one entity? You know what I'm getting at? Like,
yeah.
So, like, could they say, like, even though they're like, oh yeah, we won't use your riffs, like, but at the end of the day, that you recorded them to some degree, if a producer has them, I mean, and they were for a project.
Yeah.
You know what? It's just so muddy, in my opinion. Unless they, like they said, like, they have a paper and it's all laid out and stuff. Then yeah, you can definitely say that, you know, that's kind of crazy. But just the fact that they released it and it's still, like, you know, like, they're going forward with it, probably tells you either one of two things. One, they're just super dickish. They're just assholes and they're like, fuck you, sue us. Or they really don't have, like, Weber and Munson really don't have, like, the intellectual, like, it's not their property anymore, you know?
Yeah,
which is kind of the scary thing. That's kind of scary to think, you know?
The thing is that we don't know. That is their problem. And it's also the problem of working with a label, working with legal teams, and working with everything else. We know nothing now. We know nothing. Like, even the paper, we don't even know if it exists. Like, I haven't seen, when they released that through, like, a metal injection and whatever, I never seen any legal paper. That's a thing you need to show. Like, for sure, I'm saying that, but for sure, showing legal paper and all, it's a little bit complicated. But still, you just need a photo of something. Just, like, blur everything out except you have a signature and the title of the fucking contract. Like, just do that at this point. But I don't know. I saw nothing about it. So, what's going on? What's going on? Why the album is out if there's stolen riff in it? And also, like I said, Stefan did that before with Acroasis, of what I heard, which, ironically, it's one of my favorite albums of the band, and now I'm a little bit disappointed about it.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't listen to those albums again. I can't listen to Obscura because of that. Because I'm like, okay, so it's all stolen and Stefan is a fucking asshole? Nice.
Yeah, he's always... I remember that, like, when he first released that record that you're talking about, and it was just like... Did Matt interview them or something?
I think Matt interviewed Stefan one time.
I think he did. Yeah. It's very interesting. Very terrifying if you're an artist to think that. And I guess it's another reason why they shy away from the labels and stuff. You know, it kind of sucks right now because, like, if you've been following the Shadow of Intent stuff, which just dropped yesterday, like a band that basically was like pioneering, releasing self-owned music and not having a label, now Ben's in some, I'm not going to say hot water, but it's warm. It's definitely warm over there,
It's warm water.
It's interesting. It makes you think, I thought about this the other day, like, and like, if you really think about it, like, do metal bands, like, do you think that maybe, like, the nice guys in metal are the minority? And it's really just, like, everyone, like, most of the guys are kind of, like, they got some fucking screws loose.
I mean, everyone got demons, man.
The more I think about it, like, there's guys I've met that are, like, really cool and, really nice guys and girls, down to earth, the whole thing, will have no problem talking to normal people. And I'm not going to name names or whatever, but it's just like, there's definitely some others that you can look at and be like, yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know, man. He's if someone told me he had bodies in his house, I'd probably believe him,
Oh my God, yeah. Honestly, like, I don't know what to say about people. And I'm just, like, we're not talking about metal, but that happens in every genre, every fucking thing. Like, but to come back in metal, who are the good guys? Do they exist? do good guys or good gals exist?
I think most people. My truth, the truest thought I kind of stick to is that most people in this genre, hardcore, punk, whatever, they want to be left the fuck alone.
Yeah.
They kind of just want to do their thing and then, like, not, like, they don't care for, they generally probably don't care for the limelight, I guess you could say, as much as maybe others.
I mean, yeah.
I think that gets confused a lot too, but I mean, who's some nice guys? Like, well, obviously, like Matt,
Yeah, I was going to say that. Hub Daddy.
The cattle decapitation guys are cool.
Yeah, Travis is good. Audie also, he's a good guy. I'm still thinking
all I can think about.
I mean, the guys we met at RPM Fest were cool. Like Scalpel Maidenhead.
Cool.
I'm thinking about other bands that we saw that were cool. The guy from Voices in Vain was a cool guy, but I don't know if he got demons. Maybe he got demons.
It's just very interesting.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, even if we try to find good gals and good guys,
it's a bunch of introverts. It's a bunch of introverts being forced to be extroverts. Now they don't know how to. They have a limit. They don't know, like, how to handle it sometimes.
Yeah, exactly.
It's definitely funny. But Phil, I have a topic for you. It's a question, and I want to see you navigate it because I love giving you questions and have you do the mental gymnastics.
Let's go.
Trying to fucking figure it out.
Shoot it, kid. Shoot it.
All right. So, I want you to name, first off, if Canada was a metal band, every province has to do something in the band, and then you have to come up with a name.
Okay, so a 10-member band.
Listen, Ordrada, like I've seen it.
Okay, but like it's not okay. So can we say a band and his like crew, for example? I'm just like
so every province has to have an instrument.
Okay, so I'll suck. I need my Canadian provinces.
And then I need to know what the name of the band is.
Shit. Oh, so the band will be Justin and the Trudeaus. Okay, no. Liberal bastards. Which is not the same liberal than Americans. It's liberal, Canadian liberal. So liberal bastards would be the name. Or conservative punk fuck off.
There you go.
Conservative fuck off, because we don't like conservative unless you're in Alberta or in the prairies. So okay, we have Quebec, Ontario, na. Okay, so let's find all. Okay, so let's start with Ontario. Ontario is one of the biggest. Ontario is like the main leader. I could say Ontario is a singer.
Yeah,
that could
vocals.
be that. I try to imagine.
Singing in French.
No. Ontario is English though. So but I don't want to hear Dofo just screaming in a microphone. I don't know why. Dogford. Okay, so like if you don't know Dogford, just go tap something on YouTube.
He's your Trump.
Yeah, a little bit Trump. Not as extreme than Trump, but he's something. And his brother,
his hookers and cocaine.
His brother was insane. Okay, so little history about the Ford family: Doug Ford and Rob Ford. Rob Ford was the mayor of Toronto, one of the biggest cities in Canada, and Rob Ford was a junkie. A junkie as a mayor of Toronto. He was a fucking junkie and he died as a junkie.
Nice.
That's the only thing I can say about Rob Ford. So imagine Doug. Doug Ford is weird. We could talk about like that with other Ontario friends that we have. Anyway, Ontario I think could be a singer. I'm thinking Quebec could be guitarist and back vocalist and just screaming like
Screaming
free. No, Quebec is free. Vive le Québec libre. Just scream like that, and the singer just like punch us and be like, no, fuck you. Speak white.
Some riffs going on in this band already.
Yeah, exactly. So the guitarist, it's like Serge Tankian and Darren Malikan.
Yeah.
It's exactly like that. We sing, but we sing badly, like Darren. So after that, let's clear all the big places. We have Manitoba. Manitoba could be second guitarist. We need a second guitarist. Manitoba is good. British Columbia, could see them like bass. No. Saskatchewan is bassist because we don't know what is that fucking province. Sorry, shots fired about Saskatchewan. We all love you. Anyway, Saskatchewan is bassist. I could say I'm thinking that if Manitoba is second guitarist, Saskatchewan bassist, British Columbia is drummer, Alberta is doing the percussion.
There you go.
But the thing is like if we put Alberta in the mix, we can name the band Conservative Punks Fuck Off, because Alberta is very conservative. So is Ontario.
I'm not, they don't have to be, cohesive. They just,
no.
the band.
No, okay. The name of the band is Tariffs, Fuck It. Fuck the tariffs. We got it like that. Fuck the tariffs. Okay, so fuck the tariffs. We have Quebec as a guitarist, Manitoba as the other guitarist, Ontario as the singer, British Columbia as the drummer, Alberta. Saskatchewan as bassist. Alberta is the manager.
No, he's got to have a part.
Okay, a percussionist. Let's say that. A percussionist. He's with British Columbia on the percussive things, whatever. And then we have other places. And that's weird because I don't know where to put all of it. Because also, we have the territories we have to count. Goddamn, it's going to be like a fucking Slipknot huge band.
Yeah. Well, you got to fit everybody. Everybody has a part.
So, I will do like a big bunch. Nova Scotia, New Brunswick, Prince Edward Island, and Newfoundland, Labrador are the choir. We need like a gospel choir. I don't know why we need a gospel choir in that band. And like some of them are doing piano, whatever, or synth. I don't know what is doing what, but yeah, I decided. And Northwest Territory, Yukon and Nunavut, saxophone, violin, and someone that juggles fire on stage.
I like it. I like it.
Fuck the tariffs. That's the name of the band. Okay, so let's do that with America. How many bands can you do? No, okay, let's be like a little bit less intense. Let's do that with New England State.
New England states.
Like the 13th first state of America, for example, or maybe.
Well, I always imagined it as like a hardcore band.
Yeah.
So Maine will be the vocalist.
Ooh.
Because
he's the main vocalist.
Because they're just wild. They're just out in the wilds. Vermont is definitely a rhythm guitarist.
Yeah.
I would say Massachusetts would be the drummer. Rhode Island would have to be the main guitarist, just because there's always they're small, but they got a lot going on.
Yeah.
That leaves New Hampshire and Connecticut. So I'll say we'll make Connecticut the keyboardist. Kind of like a hell kind of thing that going on. So New Hampshire, huh? Let's see. What could New Hampshire do? I feel like New Hampshire could do like another guitar or
samples.
They could definitely do like maybe Vermont's like a 4-string bass, and then fucking New Hampshire could be like a banjo or something.
That's nice.
It'd be sick.
Oh my god, that's fucking nice. I like it. That's the greatest question ever. I love it.
Well,
I fucking love it.
I mean, that's gonna set us up. So
yeah, that's great.
Well, keeping in true to our shorter episode setup here, we're gonna do shout outs now.
Let's do it. Shout outs.
If you guys didn't already, we did our top 5 of 2024 with Matt at VOX&HOPS with the rest of the review crew.
Yep.
So, I'm just gonna stay in that vein because we haven't recorded in a little bit. But my number 1 of the year was Mother of Graves, the preemptive absence, and so I'm gonna shout those boys out for a fantastic record for the for 2024.
All right. Well, I'm gonna stay in that vein too because I have others, but yeah, let's stay in that vein. I'm gonna shout out Devin Townsend, Power Nerd, which I had so much to say about it, but I wasn't able to because someone decided let's put a rule of 1 minute per review. And someone said, oh, you can do it in 45 seconds. Evan!
You can.
No, I can't.
For the record, he went over that.
Yeah,
I went over timer.
I went over that, and I don't care. Hey, think about it. James did over 1 minute each.
Well, James
because he got a cat.
had Mookie. Machi. Whatever. He had his cat. His cat did a list, which was really, I mean, come on. It's really James did a list. But.
Yeah, it's still James. Like, James
top 10. I'm putting in a rule for next year that Machi's list cannot be metal. It's gotta be something else.
Yeah, but he's a James cat.
Because then James is like, he's like, it's his cat, so like he's making his cat listen to what he wants, So
yeah,
come on, you can't do that. What if he wants to listen to some reggae,
Or you know what we do? We just add like other animals in the crew. You can add your dog Lexi.
There's already too many. Too much.
Yeah. No, for sure. Yeah, but we can add Ozzy, the Prince of Darkness. Ben's dog.
Good. Stay tuned because the next episode I have a question about Ozzy for Phil here, so we'll see.
Ozzy the dog or Ozzy the guy,
Ozzy
the crippling? The crippling man in a wheelchair.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was the first episode of 2025. I hope you like it. And
if not, I don't care.
We don't care.
I don't give a fuck.
We don't give a fuck as we don't give a fuck about telling you news about us. Like, we can go like 5 months off and you just don't care. But we don't care. And that's fine.
All right. That was Whistles from the Void. We'll see you on the next one.
See you on the next one, everyone. Cheers.
Bye.